Hey there guys, what is happening? If you remember, and you probably do, last month I was sent to CES by XDA. Well, as a part of the process of getting ready for CES, I got a boatload of emails from a bunch of different companies telling me to register for their press events, to show up, to do this, to do that. One of them, however, stood out just a little bit. It was from Voxx Corporation, and they said, "Give us your mailing address. We cannot give you any sort of gifts at the event. We have to mail it." And I thought that sounded a little bit odd. And actually, in going to the press events, there weren't really many things in terms of gifts. I think Monster gave out a little tablet screen cleaner, and most of the others gave out little flash drives. So I've got like a stack of between 512 meg and 2 gig flash drives just laying around in various shapes and sizes. However, like I said, Voxx Corporation said, "We need your mailing address because we're going to send you stuff." Well, CES came and went, and when I got home, nothing waiting for me. Nothing showed up for, I think it was like a week and a half, and then all of a sudden, I came home one day to find a giant box sitting on my front porch. Actually sitting in the grass beside the front porch because they wanted to like hide it behind a bush. It was such a large box. Wasn't particularly heavy, so I knew it wasn't like something ridiculously large. But anyway, I thought I would show you what was inside the box because I thought it was kind of amusing. It was a total of 2 items, and if you're not familiar with Voxx, like I really was not going into this, Voxx Incorporated, Voxx Corporation, whatever they're called, is the owner of a bunch of other companies, including things like RCA, AudioVox, Acoustic Research, Klipsch, a bunch of audio companies, and then a bunch of little item around the house type companies. So as far as the 2 items that came in the box, I'll just do one right after the other. First item was this Acoustic Research portable Bluetooth speaker. Wireless speaker, although it's also wired. Also skinnable, if that's important to you. In terms of the thing itself, this is it. It kind of looks like a thermos, if you really look at it that way. Like something you take on a beach trip and have a little button on the front with your drink of choice coming out of it that way. But it's got a nice little handle on it. It's got a couple of buttons on the top for power, volume controls, and Bluetooth pairing. And then the fun time happens when you open the back up. There we go. You've got a little place to store your device with a 3.5mm headphone jack, as well as a little bit of a storage area here at the bottom. As far as power on this thing, it's sort of wireless. It does not come with a rechargeable battery of any kind. It takes AA batteries, or you see here there's on the side this little plug where you can stick an AC adapter that was included. And on the bottom it tells you all about it. It has a 9-volt DC to 1.1 amp power source, and it takes 6 AA batteries. So if you unscrew these things on the bottom, you can pop the bottom off and stick 6 AA batteries in there to have, I think they said 4 to 6 hours, probably erring closer on the side of 5 hours of battery life with your music or your whatever it is you're playing. Now I did do some testing with this. I hooked it up to my phone, stuck it in the corner of my office, and walked to the other end of the house. Once I got to about, I would say 40 feet, maybe farther than that, and this is going through walls, this is going through the core of the house where the hot water heater is and everything. After I got to about 40 feet, it started to cut out. I got about halfway through the garage before it actually completely cut out, and that's a great distance. That's longer than Bluetooth is supposed to be able to cover, at least Bluetooth Class 2 like the phone puts out. So definitely very impressive. In terms of the audio that it actually puts out, it's fine. It's not bad. It's not going to be some beefy boombox or anything, but for what it's geared toward, which is just a little outdoor speaker, something that you carry around with you, not ruggedized, not intended to be left outdoor, but something you can take to a picnic, take to the beach, take on a vacation, take, just when you're out and about. Very handy. Honestly, I could see using this, and I actually have kind of been using this, as just an external speaker for my desktop, because you take a little Bluetooth dongle like this thing that I picked up probably 6 or 7 years ago, you hook that up to your desktop, and then you change the output source to Bluetooth audio. Works very, very well, and honestly the synchronization, it's not 100% perfect, but it's pretty close. I was able to watch videos and have the audio play out through this thing, and the sound quality was very good. It was capable of getting very loud and filling the area with sound, and I don't know, it's a big speaker. In terms of price, if this is something that you're interested in, I believe that it goes for about $58 on Lowe's.com. However, the retail price on it is something like $99. So if it was that price on Lowe's, it might just have been a sale. And actually, the one thing I did forget to mention about this, like I said, it's skinnable. The cool thing about this is, I don't know if you'd consider it this, it comes with a coupon for 1 free skin, with free shipping and everything. So of course, me being who I am, what skin did I get? I got the Japanese wood grain panel thing, and I haven't stuck it on there because I wanted to let you guys see how it looks without it before putting it on there. In terms of the skin itself, it's a skin. I mean, it does not look like wood grain. It looks like a sticker, but it's better than just plain white if plain white is not your thing. Now, the other thing that showed up in the box I was extremely excited about, because I'm not an audiophile, but I am definitely getting more into music, and of course making videos. It's extremely important to have a good set of headphones so that you can very quickly and easily get a sense of what your audio sounds like. So the other thing that showed up in the box was actually one of the things they demoed, and I think they demoed the wireless speaker too, but they demoed this at CES. These are the 808 studio quality stereo studio headphones things. Very nice looking here. Box, whatever, doesn't matter. It's got lots of information on it, like the driver is a 40mm driver, sensitivities, impedances. All of this you can find on their website, of course. Compatible with iPhone, iPad, iPod, and Android. So, woo! It's a 3.5mm. It's compatible with everything. Now, the funny thing is, when you look at that box, the front of the box, you don't see any wires. So when I first saw that, I was extremely pumped because, really nice set of sort of noise-canceling headphones that are wireless. Awesome. Then I opened it up, and it actually, I don't think it came in this pouch, but I've got it all in there. This is the pouch that it came with. Got the cute little 808 logo on there. When you unzip it, there we go, we've got the headphones, and you'll notice, they kind of fold shut like that for storage. There's a headphone jack on there. So definitely not wireless. They do have lots of padding, and they are adjustable here on the side. And inside the rest of the pouch, you do have 2 different audio cables. You have the DJ style cable that's not supposed to tangle. I have not had it tangle on me yet. I just kind of wadded it up and stuck it in there, and it was fine. And then you've got a flat cable, which I haven't had a chance to test out yet. Flat cable, which has a 4-pole connector on the end of it, so you should be able to hook it up to your smartphone and use it as a microphone. You see right here, it's got a little microphone, it's got a mute button on it and all of that fun stuff. So I might be testing that out in the near future just to see how it works out. I cannot see myself hooking this to my phone and carrying it around, but it's an option. It's something to try out. And I hadn't even really noticed this. You have the 3.5mm to 1/8 inch. I'm terrible with these. The one that's a larger jack that you would use for something like a keyboard or a guitar, anything like that, something larger. Now, the quality on these headphones has been really, really nice. As you can see, it's got the padding on the ear cups, the padding on the top, and the sound quality has been absolutely amazing. Now, the only thing I really have to compare it against are some of these cheap headphones that I use on a pretty much daily basis. They're Philips $5 throwaways, and a relatively inexpensive pair of Sennheiser HD202 that I picked up on Newegg for, I think, 20 bucks a few months ago, sometime last year, I think. And they're actually designed kind of similarly, except this one has a significantly larger footprint, and the Sennheisers do not fold up and do not have a detachable anything. In terms of sound quality and sound reproduction, they both did sound kind of similar. In terms of comfort, and this is the one real complaint I have about any of this stuff, they don't really work on my head so well. And I know part of that is just adjustment, but let me just put them on. Yeah, like this, it's not too bad, but it's not actually touching my head. And actually the noise cancellation, very nice. I can barely hear what I'm saying, so hopefully I'm not being too loud. But the problem is, even like this, where it's not even really touching my head, putting a lot of pressure on my ears. And there's not a whole lot that I can do about that. I mean, it is literally clamping down. And I'm sure it'll get a little better over time, but as it stands, if I'm sitting at the desk for an hour, 2 hours, playing a game or editing video or whatever, these can get kind of painful. So if this is something that you're interested in, I would highly recommend you go try them on in a store and see if they're going to put pressure on the wrong parts of your ears. Could just be that my lobes are a little big and it's causing the pain from that. It's really just one of those, use it for a little while, take them off and switch to another pair, take a break, go to external speakers, something like that. Definitely very nice to have for video editing, for music listening type stuff. I'm honestly kind of tempted to take one pair or the other into work, because noise cancellation will get rid of a lot of the background noise that I have at work. I do have a pair of the relatively inexpensive Philips at work, and they're great for sound, but they're cheapos. I mean, these honestly, the padding on them are falling off, and I think I've had them for a year and a half, because they were $5, and $5 for headphones, you can't say no to that. But anyway, overall thoughts about this: excellent sound quality, very, very nice the fact that you can disconnect the cable. I ended up picking up a couple of relatively inexpensive 3.5mm headphone jack cables on eBay for $2 the other day. And while they're not extremely high quality cables, this one I've got right here is one of them. It's a flat cable, and it's very thin, very light. I've got the other one hooked up to something else I've got here in the background, and it's equally thin and equally light. They're not great, but they do have excellent sound as well, just about as good as the ones that came with it. So nice to have spares just in case, and also nice just to have 3.5mm to 3.5mm male to male, just in case. And wrapping up, if you are interested in something like this, like I said, I would highly recommend trying to get your hands on it in a store. I don't know what stores would sell them, but I'd guess an electronics store like a Best Buy, or maybe, I don't know, Radio Shack might. Whatever you've got in your area, just check to see if they've got them. They're made by Acoustic Research again. And in terms of the retail price, I think the manufacturer suggested was about $130. On their website, they're about $89, and I think that's the best price I've seen on them. So it's a little high for what they are, but they are considered studio quality, low-end studio quality headphones. And honestly, I've listened to the Beats by Dre headphones, the Monster headphones, and to me, and I'm not an audiophile, these are just as good, and they're a lot less expensive. These are not $250 headphones, but at the end of the day, at the same time, the Sennheiser 202s I've got are a little bit more comfortable, about the same quality audio, and they were about $20 on Newegg. So think accordingly, I guess. If that's something you're interested in, cool. If not, that's cool too. Not a paid sponsorship, nothing like that. Just something that the company sent to me, and I thought I would pass along some information about it to you guys. Anyway, that's going to be about all from me for today. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to get back to doing actual Linux videos here in the very near future. I do have a couple of other things that I have in the pipeline before that, but I really want to get back into doing distro reviews. It's been kind of killing me not doing them. It's just finding the time to do that, and videos like this are kind of lightweight and quick to do. So anyway, like I said, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for sticking around. I definitely appreciate all of your support, and I will see you again in the very near future. Bye guys.